Boredom comes from thinking the moment isn't enough. That's a quote from James Pierce. I think in the modern day, in today's world with our phones, it has a lot to do with why we're so addicted to endless scrolling, infinite scrolling, doom scrolling on our phone is a lot because of boredom. I want to give you 3 tips on what you can do to stop that endless scrolling because we're so addicted to it. Even in times where we know, that it's rude of if I do this, this person's going to think I'm bored of them. We know that, and yet we somehow still want to pull out our phone and take a look at it and it basically tell the other person that you're boring. Addiction, which a lot of our social media and endless doom scrolling on our phones can be defined as, is from boredom, instinct, and habit. So boredom of the moment, thinking everything needs to be exciting, instinct of I need to do something, and then just that habit over and over time, that's what leads to addiction. So how do we stop endless scrolling? 3 tips for you. 1, a pocket notebook. Number 2, a dumb phone. And 3 is a pocket switch that I've talked about in a video before, and people seem to like that. So I'm going to share it again in this video. How do we stop the mindless reaching for our phone, which leads to the infinite scrolling? A crazy stat to me is that Americans scroll equal to 305 feet on Facebook alone. That's the Statue of Liberty. That's just on Facebook. Add up other apps. We're probably doing a lot more with that than that. My issue with why we have to stop the scroll is that it's a passive activity disguised as an active activity. It's like a treadmill, but there's no benefit to it. So let's talk about 3 different things that you can do to stop this endless scrolling. The first tip that I have for you on stopping the scroll, your infinite scrolling, is get a pocket notebook. This is a place to collect your thoughts and ideas. I have a video that I'll link up that goes more in depth on setting up the pocket notebook, but here's mine. It's also my wallet. Just a place for me to collect all my ideas as I'm going throughout the day. And you're going to hear this idea, me saying over and over again. It's a place to collect my ideas, my thoughts. And then the next important part to that is being able to review my thoughts and my ideas. So do you have a place to collect your thoughts, your ideas, review your thoughts and ideas, or are you just constantly consuming other people's? And that's what scrolling is we're consuming others. I don't think we spend enough time in our own head. I know it can be a scary place often in our own head, but it's because we don't get comfortable. It's like when you turn off the lights and it's dark for a moment and then your eyes adjust to it. I think if we could spend a little bit more time in our own heads, in our own thoughts, we will be able to see them better and we'll actually get clarity out of that. So have a pocket notebook. Check out that video that I have on it. Number 2 is having a dumb phone. Now, you could go all the way dumb. There's some great phones out there, but to me, they're expensive for what they are. So to me, what I wanted to do is make my phone less smart. I like my phone. I like the apps that I have on there when I do intentionally want to use the phone. I like having maps on there. I like having a place that I can order food or order groceries and just be able to get easy access to things. I don't want to be without my phone all the time. So I want to make my phone less smart. The app that I've chosen to do that is called Blank Spaces, and I'm not going to walk you through how to set that up or what that is. There's some great videos that I've found on YouTube that I used to set up my phone, and I'll link to those down in the description, but check those out. And I will show you what my phone looks like and how I've set this up to turn it into a less smart phone. This is my setup with the Blank Spaces app, my top 6 apps. I forget how many you can choose, but 6 felt like the right amount to me. And what I was looking for here is if I'm going to pull something, if I'm going to pull the phone out and I'm going to play with it, what would be the most productive thing, the best use of my time if I'm just going to scroll? my Bible app sits at the top. That will be the first thing. Maybe I'll click in the Bible app. Second thing would be my Kindle app. Maybe I'll open that up and actually read a book or read the Bible instead of just pull out social media and scroll. The next thing is my messages, because I do communicate often with family, friends, clients via messenger, text message, and then reminders for productivity. Then I have my phone and my camera. Now, when I swipe Bible verse of the day, my Google Calendar, and the weather app, if I scroll again, then I have some other things that are not as important, but I still use kind of often. But I'm trying to create friction. I don't want to get to see where all my apps are. So that is like 4 swipes away or so. All I'm trying to do here is create friction. I don't want it to be easy in order to pull out my phone and start endlessly scrolling on it and start that doom scroll. So the objective is, how much friction can I create for me to get to that endless scrolling pattern? I'm a right-handed person, and I noticed that my habit has been that my phone is always in my right front pocket. It's just a default, my addiction of reaching into my pocket to pull out this phone constantly for no specific reason. So my pocket notebook now sits in my right pocket and a pen. My phone has been moved to my left pocket. Not being a left-handed person, it takes me, again, this is about friction. It takes me a little bit more effort to go, I'm going to reach for my pocket, into my left pocket, pull my phone out, turn it on, face code, whatever you want to do. It's just about creating friction instead of making it so easy to reach over here. So now my reach is into my pocket notebook. It creates so much friction and allows me to be a little bit more intentional, which I think technology makes us less intentional. So this is just about being deliberate and intentional with things. And just one last thought for you on boredom. From Matthew Kobach, boredom leads to one of these 2 things: more boredom or more creativity. I don't think being bored is as bad as we think it is. If you allow yourself to sit in that boredom, in your own mind, in your own thoughts, you might be surprised at what comes out of it.